What's going on, you guys? Couldn't sleep. Had a lot on my mind. So I figured I'd talk some boxing to kill some time. And I've been thinking about some things that I said in the last stream that I kind of wanted to get into a little bit more detail on. And it's about the fight with Spence and Crawford. I haven't did a video like this in a while, and I don't know when I'm going to drop it. Maybe this morning, maybe sometime this evening. But whatever the case, people seem to believe that money is the issue with this fight. And in Sean Porter's most recent interview, a guy who shared the ring with both guys, and a guy that knows PBC's business model very well, said that both guys should get what they want. And this is something that your boy Bushido been saying since the very beginning. We're in a whole new chapter now, folks. I don't believe that neither guy is scared at this point, right? I don't believe that Errol Spence is afraid of Crawford, right? I don't think so. I think there's some things that's in play that really got him now, like, you know what, I'm going to go for this fight now, right? There's a lot of young killers in the division, and why deal with them when you can deal with Crawford to make the most money, right? But it's some things I've been thinking about. I don't think they really believe in black boxing. I said it in the last stream, and I'm going to say it again. I'm going to give a little bit more details and reasons why I believe they don't believe in black boxing. They don't believe in black boxing. PBC, and I'm not a PBC hater, right? I call things objectively. I try to. I'm a little biased. I'm not even going to lie. But PBC, you got a lot of people, right? See, I'm for the fighters. I'm for the fighters, and I'm for the people. The suits, the business, the networks, I can really care less about those folks. Now, I understand that they are important part of this as far as making these fights. The networks, very important in making these fights. But I don't give a shit about them. See, the fighters, they don't have a long window. Crawford and Spence ain't gonna be around for the next 20 years making millions of dollars. Not to mention making millions off other people's backs. See, guys like Steven Espinoza, Showtime, all these folks, right? They don't want to put the money up for this fight. They gonna be around. Steven Espinoza could be, how old is he? About 50 something? He could be around for another 20 years, just sitting back, being an exec, right? Collecting millions off fighters. Meanwhile, we got arguably the biggest fight in boxing right now. And allegedly, right? This is all alleged, folks. I'm not going to come out here and act like this is truly the hold, but this is what everybody's been saying. That money is the issue. In my opinion, it really shouldn't be the issue. When you got guys like Floyd Mayweather around and, you know, Al Heyman, all these dudes with the bag around, I'm not really sure how money is the issue in putting up the biggest fight in boxing. I'm not really quite sure. But everybody seemed to be looking at Terrence Crawford as the issue for this fight being held up. Errol Spence himself hasn't necessarily came out and say, look, man, I told y'all who's holding up this fight. Now, he ain't say nothing like that yet. This could all just be part of the process. Keep us talking, right? But these executives, they gonna be around. They gonna be around for a long time, making millions off these off younger fighters coming up. Crawford and Spence long since retired. And if they didn't manage their finances correctly, well, things can get ugly for them. Right? But I don't really think that Showtime believes in black boxing. I don't think they believe in black fights. And I don't think they believe in Errol Spence. Or should I say PBC? I don't think they believe in Errol Spence like many people think they do. I just don't believe it. Because if this is the issue, if Errol Spence is a big draw, and I'm not knocking Errol Spence is the big fish, right? But if Spence is such a big draw, it shouldn't matter. Because this still is the biggest fight in boxing. This is still the biggest payday for both guys. This is the biggest fight that you could put on Showtime. The biggest fight. We seen what happened with Canelo. He didn't want to come out and play. He wanted to stay over there on the zone. He wanted to go that route. You opened the vault for Canelo Alvarez, 80 million or whatever, 50 million, whatever it was a substantial amount of money. Now, see, the thing with Canelo Alvarez, and this goes to what I was saying, that they don't believe in black boxing, but they believe in Mexican boxing. Mexican fans, they show unwavering support. Canelo is beloved. They'll feel bad if they streamed his fight. And this is the problem with the black fans. Oh, he's like, oh, fuck that nigga, man. We don't give a fuck. Fuck him. It's just showing support, man. We got to show these people. We got to show these executives that our dollar matters in boxing. I want this Spence. Now, I'm at the point. This is from your boy Bushido. Now I want this fight to be one of the highest grossing fights. Just to prove these people wrong. Because this is where I'm at with it. I don't think they believe in black boxing like that. And if you look at PBC's cards, it's full of Latino fighters. And it's no slight either. Don't come on here with the crybaby shit. But they act like PBC is so pro-black. I see otherwise. I see one black fighter might be headlining that card. One, maybe one. All the rest is, where's all the other black fighters at? So I don't feed into any of that shit. I don't think they believe in Errol Spence like they claim. Because if Errol Spence was such a big draw like they believed he is, it wouldn't matter what Terence Crawford's numbers is. Terence Crawford is the fighter that everybody wants to see fight. Terence Crawford is a fighter that everybody wants to see in the ring with Errol Spence Jr. And see, this wasn't an issue with Mikey Garcia. This wasn't an issue. Mikey Garcia wasn't a proven pay-per-view draw. He wasn't a proven ticket seller. He wasn't a proven needle mover. He don't have a bigger social media following than Terence Kumite Bud Crawford. But guess what? He's Mexican. Yeah, that's right. See, Mexican fans show loyalty, support. The execs, they're not going to come out and tell you this shit. But they know what's up. The Mexican fans are going to buy these fights. That's why. Even if some of them stream it, they know a substantial amount of them are going to show support. But they don't believe in us black fans. And we got to show them otherwise. I don't care if you don't like Crawford. I don't care if you like Spence. You have to buy this fight. Because that's where I'm at with it now. I don't think they believe in black boxing. Because if they did, they would have gave Crawford what he want. And let's see what this thing could really do. This fight's been boiling hot. This fight ready to burst. They already got my money. They likely already got yours too. But we wait on them to get this show on the road. Mikey Garcia got a 50-50. He got a $3 million guarantee. Right? Mikey Garcia got everything he wanted. He wasn't even a proven welterweight. He was a lightweight. Wasn't even proven. Wasn't proven at the weight, right? Wasn't none of that. I guess none of that matters. But he wasn't a proven pay-per-view draw, right? He wasn't packing arenas. Not like that. No, not like that. But guess what? They gave him what he wanted. $3 million guarantee up front. Alleged, right? This is what they say off the record, right? This is what they say on the papers. $3 million. Then alleged 50-50 split or whatever he got in pay-per-views. Whatever the case, it wasn't a hassle and it wasn't such a drawn-out process. These executives knew when Terence Crawford was coming over. They knew all this shit. They knew when he was coming over that he's probably going to want a substantial amount of money. These guys knew this already. They should have been prepared for this. They should have been prepared for this. Top Rank was... Now we know that Top Rank was really taking care of Terence Crawford. Because it seems like PBC can't get Crawford what he's looking for. Top Rank was able to make it happen with Sean Porter. With the guarantees, with the pay-per-views, they made it happen. Now this fight is about 3 or 4 times bigger than that fight. So of course the fight is going to want more. You simply just can't lowball Terence Crawford. Now my thing is this also. How much time are we talking here? How much longer is this thing going to be drawn out? I really don't want to talk about it no more, but this is probably going to be my last video until we get some new, fresh news about it. I don't think they believe in Errol Spence. I don't think they believe in the Black Dollar. I don't think they believe in black boxing. Look at the cards. Then a lot of these guys over there on the PBC, man, they be having to fend for themselves. The Charles Martin, Luis Ortiz, why in the world was that a pay-per-view fight? That fight should have been on TV so the world could see a heavyweight action between these two guys. It would have been good for TV so people could know who these dudes are. See, look. I think PBC did it wrong. Early on, they had the right idea. Maybe because they had a lot more money, right? But it was free fights for everybody. Keith Thurman, he wanted all the soccer moms in the world to know who he was. That was on the right path. You see, but see, what happened is they was paying these guys too much money. Yeah, I said it. They was paying them way too much. They was paying them way too much for them to fight in these lackluster opposition early on, right? And now they to the point where now they got to fend for themselves. They can't afford to pay them these high guarantees anymore or anything of the sort. Not to mention, they got paid so much. A lot of these fighters been fighting once or twice a year. Keith Thurman should be close to 40 fights right now up there with Terrence Crawford. A lot of these guys should be close to the 40 fights right now. But they're not. They're not. Lot of spots of inactivity and shit. All types of stuff going on. So, yeah. Now they got to fend for themselves out here with the pay-per-view market. It's a tough deal. Bob Arum comes out and says it all the time. He don't really like dealing with pay-per-view unless it's a fight that warrants it. Spence Crawford is a fight that warrants it. Big time. But these guys need to be on... It's too late now. A lot of them dudes in their 30s, right? The Charlos, they should have been on TV where people could see them quite often. Now, Charlos and, Danny Garcia and all these dudes, they still fighting on regular Showtime. But then they put a fight with Charles Martin, Luis Ortiz on pay-per-view. I scratched my head at that. Then that little streak of pay-per-views we've been getting, it's like, wait a minute, why is these guys fighting on? They got to fend for themselves. That's why. They got to fend for themselves. They got to hope that the pay-per-view sells. They got to hope that they built up enough that the people care about them enough to put in their hard-earned money to watch them fight. Somebody they probably likely don't care about seeing them fight. So it's just one of those things, man. I know the money's there. We don't know exactly what Crawford is looking for. We don't even know exactly if that's really the issue. But this is what they're saying. This is what everybody's saying. This is what everybody's assuming. And like Sean Porter said, give them what they want. This is what I said since the very beginning. Give them both what they want. This is the biggest fight in boxing. Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence ain't going to be around for another 3 or 4 or 5 years. This is a very short window to be a fighter. And they got to make the most out of it. This is how I'm looking at it. I'm not looking at it from a businessman's perspective. Those guys are going to be safe in their homes, riding in yachts, living luxurious life with all their faculties intact. I'm not worried about them. But these fighters, guys like Crawford, Spence, they ain't going to be around too much longer. See, now Errol Spence may be taken care of because Al Heyman. He's with Al Heyman. He has an advisor. And this is, like I said in my stream, this is where guys like Daniel Kinahan came into play. When you need somebody to put the money up for a certain fight, well, that's who you will probably likely want to call. But see, now that Crawford isn't signed with Al Heyman, and see, we don't know the details, the particulars, we don't know any of that. But we would assume that he's not signed with Al Heyman. We would assume that he's not signed with Floyd Mayweather. And one would assume that could possibly be part of the holdup, that they would like Terrence Crawford to sign with him for a little long-term deal. Crawford wants to be free. It's just so many things, man. We really don't know, but it's all part of the storyline. But yeah, you guys, that's all I got. Hope everybody have a good day. I just don't think they believe in Errol Spence. I don't think they believe in the Black Dollar. I don't think they believe in black boxing, but it's up to us to show them otherwise. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out. But they also got to give us what we want. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.